everybody, and welcome to another episode of Angelika's Journal. Welcome if you're new to the channel. My name is Angelika. And this channel, I just basically document what I'm up to. Right now, I'm doing weekly reviews because of, as you know, we are moving. And so once the move is done, I will start making more videos. And I really don't know much of the content other than it's going to be junk journals, it's going to be houseplants, and then of course our outings wherever we decide to gallivant. Other than that, there's always going to be anything indoors. So sewing, I might do some needlepoint or some embroidery or something like that. Junk journaling, that kind of crafty stuff. I still have my birdhouses to paint. But when it comes to outdoors, I don't know that we're going to have a balcony. I don't know if we're going to have a garden. I don't know nothing. So until we find something, I cannot say anything outdoors other than gallivanting, road trips, camping, that kind of thing. Anyways, so I just did that run through for those of you who are new here. Just so you have an idea. Then again, you can look at my playlists. My playlists are pretty self-explanatory. All right, so on this video, I have a clip of the blanket that I was taking apart. I was sitting here at my desk and I was taking the blanket apart, and I stopped at a certain moment and I'm like, oh my God, I love this setup. And that video is the first one. And then the next clip is going to be my aloe vera plant. There's a little joke in there. You'll see it. And then back to my mattress. Oh, I forgot to add in, I did do my seedling review. Seedling review. I like to write down what I'm doing so I know. Yeah, so then the third clip will be my mattress. My cover is at that point taken apart, and I have the foams going in, and I explain all how I'm going to do that. And then I did a seedling review under my greenhouse, my grow lights. So then there's a clip on that. And then after those clips, I'll come back and I'll do the outro and let you guys know what's to come, what is in the works. All right, I hope you enjoy the video. I'll see you at the end. Sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to figure out my new tripod set, like my phone setup for my desk. And it looks like I'm going to have to play around with it. It's not working the way I wanted it to. Okay. Still slides out. But it's the orientation that's an issue. Anyways, I just wanted to show you. I'm so excited. Like, check this out. If you remember on my previous video, I was saying about this blanket. It's the one with the trim, and it had all these buttons. Those buttons here were on it. And so I took all the buttons off. But with my new desk set up, my sewing is all in this room now. And I'm so excited because a lot of these projects I was doing in the living room. And when I want to watch a video, I don't like watching it on the TV. I like it on my laptop. And my laptop is right there. That's it right there. You can't see the screen, but my arm for my tripod won't bend anymore. But I'm watching a video. I got my phone in case somebody phones me. And I have that blanket. I wanted to open the border. This border I want to open. That's where the buttons were. It was like that. So I took this off. And now I'm opening the stitching. I'm over here right now. So I got my stitch ripper. And I'm removing the stitching. I thought it was the lion fur on the inside, but it's not. It's this Playboy one. Anyways, so I'm just opening all the stitches here with my stitch ripper. And then once it's open, I got to take this stitching out because this is going to be the cover for my camp mattress. So I'm going to put the firm mattress, the black one, the dark gray, behind this. And then the memory foam with the topper is going to go in here. So it's going to be like 2 pockets. Now that is what I'm thinking. But until I open it all up, I don't know if that's going to work. I may have to add some Velcro in order to fold this up so it sticks. But yeah, I just love the idea of having my desk in here bigger and have my sewing here also. So when you watch a video or even my TV from the living room, I have it set up so I can watch it on my laptop. If you're watching something that you don't need to look at the screen all the time, you just listen, then it's the perfect time to do a sewing project. Or I brought my knitting in here. I could sit here and knit while I'm watching a video. So I'm so excited. This makes me so happy that everything's in the same room. And that can entertain me. I can put my music on there and I can be entertained while I do these mundane projects. If I put music on, I can sing along with it as I'm doing this or I'm knitting. Like, oh, I love all this stuff all in one room. So this is my entertainment room in a sense, because I have all my crafts in here. And I have my TV, basically, the laptop and music. Yeah, so sometimes having smaller spaces and everything in one space ends up better. Like if my bed was in here also, that would be great, because then I could sit on the bed like a couch and do some knitting if I don't want to sit at my desk. Or if I do my exercise, I can push the chair at the desk in, and down the middle, I can do my exercise. Like, you really don't need so many rooms. You can do it all in one fair size room. One good size room, you can do everything. Anyways, I just wanted to show you that I can now get these projects done so much quicker. And it makes me so happy that I can do 2 things at the same time. Yay, me! So here is something fun. I'm just cleaning up here. I have to move all the plants to clean it, and then I'm going to water them all. But look at that. My aloe vera is blooming. See right there on the top, there's a flower. Hee 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 hee. It's just a joke. I don't think aloe, if they do bloom, they don't bloom on the tip of their leaves. This is, as you know, I have a lipstick plant above it, and it just happened to land perfectly on the tip. Look at that. So last night, when I was sitting in my chair right here, I look over and that's what I see. And I'm like, oh, look at that. Funny, eh? I enjoyed it for 24 hours roughly. So actually it happened 2 nights ago. Because the lipstick plant, whenever their flowers are done, they fall on the floor. And if you look on the floor, I have tons and tons of it. And that's only in a couple of weeks. Like they're all over in between, in the plants. You know what I mean? Like they're just everywhere. That's one of the downfalls of having a lipstick plant, but it is so beautiful. Like look at its blooms right now. But yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of that. My aloe vera's blooming. And here I wanted to show you these guys too. I don't know, because I don't want to hit any buttons on my phone. But can you see all the blooms in there? Like there are tons of blooms all throughout. Even in between there, you got a couple, and there. And then where else? On this side, there's a bloom. Oh, there's a few of them. I didn't even see the ones in the window. Like it's just full. And it's because the days are getting longer. So I just wanted to show you as I was cleaning, because I have to move that little flower that fell. So I thought before I move it, I'd do a little clip on it. Enjoy. So this is my mattress that I use for camping or sleepover or whatever. Do you remember those foam pieces and that blanket I had? Well, there it is. See, there's the edging. And on one of the previous clips, you could see me opening the stitching up here. And I just wanted to show you what I did. So if you remember, my mattress is 3 parts. So what I did, I don't know, can you see what I'm looking at? I just want to make sure I get it on the camera. Okay, so this is the top. This is the filler on the inside of what was the blanket. And then this was the other side. And this was folded over and there was buttons, right? So I opened it all up. Now under the filler, this blanket, I have the gray, the extra firm mattress. Hopefully you can see that. No, you cannot. Okay, so you need it up there. Okay, so again, the top of the blanket, what I had put inside the blanket, and then the other side, this was folded over and there was buttons along here. And at my desk, I was opening it all up. And so now that it's open, I stuck the gray foam, which is the extra firm, on the bottom. Then I put the blanket down. The stitching is still attached on the 3 sides for all of these 3, the bottom, the middle, and the top. It's still connected on 3 sides. I only opened the one side, so it's like an envelope. And so here, I put the memory foam. This is the memory foam. And then this was the topper that I had cut down and stitched on this side. This is the topper that goes on top. And then the top layer on top of that. So we now have the one side of this king size bedspread, the firm foam, the filler blanket, which is one of those furry blankets, the memory foam, the topper, and the top blanket. So those are all the layers now. So now the only thing I have left is now I need to stitch this up. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make sure the other side is good and tuck it and make sure all the layers are stretched out and that the mattresses are all on top of each other properly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all this and I'm going to make it as tight as possible. And I'm going to put a stitch in here and I'm going to stitch about a foot worth over here. Hand stitch it. And then once that hand stitching is done, I have the center 1 foot measured in a sense. And then I have to continue stitching down that way and down to this side. And then on the 2 ends, I need to open that because the mattress is only here. So I have to open the black and white or gray and white because once I stitch it right to the border, then the rest of it, most of it is going to be cut off. Because once I do this initial stitching nice and taut, I only need maybe on 1 or 2 inch more to fold it over and to make a full stitch like a border. So hopefully that recorded properly and I was able to explain to you how I'm going to do this. Now with some sewing machines you could just put it on like the dining room table and just stitch it all the way. But I feel more comfortable to stitch it in a few places because then if I don't have it held down properly, I can always just undo those stitches. What I might even do is just do like 2 inches here, 2 inches in the middle, and then 2 inches in the middle of the middle and the end. Do you know what I mean? Like in 3 equal parts, do like 2 inch of stitching. And then that way, if it's not centered and it doesn't sit right, I can always undo one of them and reposition it. But no matter what, I will start with the middle part first, which is basically there. I'll start with that middle part first. And hopefully that makes the blanket sit properly. I could cut off like a lot of this extra here. Like I could already cut it back to about 4 or 5 inches. If I wanted to, I'm not sure. But I'll come back and show you when I get it a little further along. Because once I have it positioned and I cut off anything more than 2 inch from my hand stitching, then that final stitch will be on the sewing machine. I'm going to do a zigzag. So as I do the different steps or somewhere in between finishing it and where I am now, I'll show you another clip of where I'm at. If you have any questions about this or any advice on an easier way to do it, please comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. My seedlings are doing really good. Some of them are getting really nice and big, like those guys. And then there are others that don't get very big, or they're still doing pretty good, but they need a little more time. So those were mostly my flowers up there. I do have 2 hibiscus. This is one of the hibiscus. Like it's gotten pretty tall. And then this one, there's one coming up. So it looks like I may have 2 hibiscus coming up. And that's the cosmos. Delphinium's not coming up. And I don't know how old the seeds are. And then down here, those are mostly strawberries and veggies. So they're doing really well. I probably should be splitting up these tomatoes. That one has 2, 4, 6 plants in one pot. And that one has, I think, 4. But that's okay. I'm not going to have as many planters, so maybe I'll put 2 in one. So that's on that side. Now this side, I have bad news. My one grow light went out. And yeah, so I did replace the one on the other side, and the 2 top ones are new this year. But I only replaced the one grow light. I didn't replace this one. And this one stopped working today. We came home from our outing. And yeah. Anyway, so I had to shuffle them. So there are some over here. They only have the light from the 2 sides, the grow lights. And it's probably not enough sunlight. But it is about the right time now where I can start putting things outside during the day. And so then those plants will not need the grow lights. So I'm going to have to figure out another tray. I think I have 3 of them stacked there. There's a bunch of them on top of each other. I'll take one of the trays, and then let's say 1 or 2 trays of the biggest plants I'll start taking out during the day and bring it in at night. And then that way they're starting to wean to the outdoor temperature. And the ones that can take the cooler temperature, once it's weaned, I'll leave them out there. I can put them in the greenhouse too. And then this is mostly herbs. I do, of course, have a geranium right here. Those 2 geraniums, there's one that's red and one that's white. They're really doing well. And then these I just planted recently, and probably about a week ago. And 3 of them are starting to come up. Oh, maybe 4, 5. Yeah, so there's only a couple more. The oregano started too. This one, and oh, this one is starting. They're very tiny. Portulaca. Look at that. They're so tiny. And that's a 4-inch pot. So, yeah, there's only one left that needs to sprout. And then over here, the stevia finally came up. And that's been sitting there for probably a month now. So sometimes you just got to give it time. My peppermint. Oh, yeah, I got a little cluster right there. So they're doing their thing, you know, hanging out, trying to grow bigger and bigger. So, yeah, we'll talk about the garden at the end of the video. All right, so this is the outro. I said I would let you know what's to come. Today is Saturday, the day before Mother's Day. We decided to go out today thinking it might be less busy because tomorrow with Mother's Day, everybody's taking Mom out. The streets are going to be crazy. All the restaurants and all the cafes and everything is going to be crowded with people. Like special events like Heritage Park and I think it's NMAX. It's the at the zoo they have the butterfly atrium kind of thing that's booked for Mother's Day. Like there's a lot of places that have been booked for probably a month now. There's no way of getting getting an appointment to have a lunch or a brunch or whatever at these places because they've all been booked up. So we decided to go today to celebrate Mother's Day. And so we went to a brunch place that closes at 2 o'clock. So it's strictly like 9 to 2. It's just brunch. So we went there, had a great time. Then we went to the Calgary Zoo. I haven't been to the zoo since my girls were little, and they're like, we'll say 30. My 3 girls, they're all not all 30, but we'll just say they're 30. And so It's been a long time since I've been to the zoo, and I love animals, so I thought, let's do that for Mother's Day. Like, it really doesn't matter, right? It's whatever interests you and what everybody wants to partake in. So that is coming. I took a bunch of video clips, little ones, and some photos. And then my daughters found out that I was doing it for the YouTube channel. So then they started taking pictures for me, and they sent it all to me. So I have gazillion pictures now. Well, not a gazillion, but you know what I mean. So there is that. I am in the process. I just got to make sure that everything because like the videos I took and the pictures I took was landscape, the 16:9 ratio, and the ones that they took, well, the one my oldest took was a 9:16, but it was portrait because she does TikTok and shorts. So hers have to be this way. Whereas because I do YouTube, I need it this way. So some of them will be this way. And then I found my other two daughters, their picture was this way, but it wasn't quite the same as my oldest. Theirs was a little wider, so I'm thinking it might be a 4:3 or 3:4 kind of thing. So they're not all of them are going to be perfect on the screen. You're going to have some black on the sides. That's okay. You still get to see the picture. Now, I did crop as many as I could, so that may add some more black sides or black top or I don't know what. Just because they're not all the right frame size, right? But I figured it was more fun just to get it out there for you guys to see all these animals. So I just didn't nitpick over that. I didn't struggle to try and figure out how to do that. I just stuck it on there, and I hope you enjoy it. Next week, the weather is good. We may have one day of rain, but nothing major. So next week, I did not include any clips of the garden this time. The garden is going to be next week. And by the end of next week, like by Friday, I should be completely done setting up and I should be starting to plant. I do have to wean a lot of the plants. And depending on temperatures, I have to quickly look in my notes on my house plants. I'm on there. No, actually, I think I still have my gardening notes to see which ones can take what kind of temperature. Because at night, we're still going 3, 4, 5 degrees Celsius. So that I have to figure out. And then some of them can go out. Some can't yet. I did put the dresser and my old desk on the deck under the cover, the overhang. So next week is the garden. And the seedlings are going to start coming out. And then I'll be able to do the table for the deck so I can put those plants out. And then I'm going to start on probably my old desk first because it's just touch-ups to make that look good. And then it's going to be the big dresser, the white one that's got to be repainted. And then we'll continue on with the furniture probably at least for 2-3 weeks. But I'm not going to show you every step of the way. I'll show you some of what I do. But then, I'll be doing other things too. And I think that's pretty much it. The zoo is the next video. I'll be working on the garden. And once that's done, I'm going to start implementing like juggling with the dressers and fixing up the furniture. And yeah, so, and of course there'll be more about the mattress and more about the seedlings as things progress, little bits here and there, until they're done. So I'm just gonna wrap it up here. That's everything. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Um, Remember, do what makes you happy, and everything else will fall into place. And I also would like to wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. All right. Take care, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.